you never know when or where you'll find the love of your life. For Matthew Goode, he found it right outside his doorstep. Literally. The actor and his wife, Sophie Dymoke, have been together for almost 2 decades, and yet there's hardly anything we know about them. The couple chose to live their lives out of the spotlight and keep the intimate details for themselves to cherish. Naturally, we couldn't help but do a little digging to find out everything we could about their love story. Matthew Goode has been quite successful in his journey as an actor, playing several roles that have given him fame. The English actor got his breakthrough role in the 2004 film Chasing Liberty. As his career gained traction, Matthew garnered more fame with his performances in other movies and TV shows like The Imitation Game, Downton Abbey, The Crown, and A Discovery of Witches.
It's kind of like speed dating. From what I've been with the same girl for 15 years, but from what I hear, speed dating's like.
Despite having grown up as an active theater performer, Matthew had never planned on becoming an actor. For many years, he had been crippled by stage fright, so much so that he abandoned his love for acting for a while. He then planned to become an archaeologist and focused on his athletic skills to keep himself busy. However, Matthew's drama teacher saw how talented he was as an actor and urged him to continue his studies in theater.
I owe a huge amount to him for giving me not just the job, but the confidence.
Thankfully, his drama teacher managed to convince Matthew to return to acting, and soon he featured in a number of successful ventures after breaking into the film industry. While he gained success as an actor, his personal life also thrived. The actor has been blissfully happy with his wife, fashion designer Sophie Dymoke, since 2005, and their marriage is one of the very few to defy Hollywood's reputation of short and fleeting romances.
But apparently chemistry is something slightly untouchable, and here we have it.
Matthew first met Sophie sometime during the early 2000s. The actor recalled the moment they first crossed paths right in front of his London home. He shared, "She was on my doorstep when I came home. Literally, I thought, f***ing hell, she was a friend of my neighbor." The pair were introduced to one another and immediately felt a connection. They started dating in 2005, around the time when Matthew was starting to gain success as an actor. It's not unknown that having a career as an actor can add its fair share of stress to any relationship. His work required him to travel a lot and be away from home, which of course did make things difficult for his budding romance with Sophie. Matthew's newfound fame was unfamiliar to him, and along with the fame came paparazzi, media, and tabloids, which was another added stress on their relationship. However, the couple was determined to do whatever they could to make things work. Despite his growing fame, Matthew always made sure that his relationship with Sophie came first. The couple also did their best to keep their romance out of the spotlight as much as possible. It was important to them that they keep the intimate details of their relationship to themselves because so much of their lives revolved around Matthew's work as an actor. In 2009, the couple became parents for the first time when they welcomed a daughter they named Matilda. In 2013, they had their second daughter, Teddy. After around 9 years together and going on the journey of becoming parents, Matthew and Sophie decided to take their relationship to the next level.
Will you marry me?
While it was already pretty clear that the couple was in it for the long run, they figured it was a good time to finally get married. So in 2014, Matthew and Sophie tied the knot during an intimate ceremony surrounded by their closest family and friends. There aren't many details around their wedding, which makes sense since the couple prefers to keep things private. However, Matthew did share some insight into what life has been like for him since he and Sophie became parents. He shared, "Since becoming a father, I've become less selfish. I can't just disappear to make a movie." In 2015, they welcomed their third child, a son they named Ralph.
No, I've actually, we just had our third baby about a few months ago, so I actually haven't been working for 4 months, but often what happens is things come out at the same time.
Just like their relationship, the couple is also careful about keeping their children away from the spotlight. They want to be able to give their kids as much of a normal childhood as possible. Matthew does his best to put his wife and kids first when it comes to taking on acting jobs because he doesn't want his work to interfere with him being a present parent and husband. The actor also makes sure never to get involved in any scandals or controversies, which we all know can seem impossible when people live a life under the microscope of Hollywood, but this has all been intentional on his part. Matthew doesn't want any negative attention to surround his personal life because he understands the negative impact it can have on his family. He explained, "I have to have consideration for the family. I have no time to get into trouble. Otherwise, no one is picking up the children from school." Sophie and Matthew also try to prevent their kids from spending too much time online, although there's only so much they can do about that, considering how technology has taken over so much of their lives. The actor shared, "We're relaxed about the kids spending time on iPads, although I want to say, just watch some normal television for the love of God." Matthew also opened up about his work-life balance, saying, "I have 3 children and a lovely wife, and I just don't like being away from them." The actor explained that he's been very lucky and has managed to be able to mix work and family quite well. Matthew shared that when his kids go to school, he goes fishing, and Sophie enjoys horse riding. They managed to figure out a healthy balance that works for his family, and they make sure to always have a bit of fun on the side. Matthew also made sure to credit his wife when it came to the patience she's shown him while his career took off. There was never any pressure around getting married, which was why they never felt rushed into anything, even after they had their first child. They took their relationship at their own pace, and Sophie understood that it was important for Matthew to feel stable in his career before taking the next step. Their mutual compromise around work and family was the biggest contributor of strength to their marriage. Understanding and compromise from both Matthew and Sophie are what led them to finally achieve the ultimate balance in their lives. They also respect each other's privacy and personal space, making sure that they both have their own downtime when they're not working or taking care of their kids. In fact, Matthew explicitly said that respect for each other's privacy and space was the basis for their happy marriage. They both have their own hobbies outside of work and enjoy spending time alone just as much as they love being together. The actor shared that he felt like it was healthy for him and Sophie not to be in each other's pockets the whole time, adding, "You have to have something for yourself." During one of his most recent interviews in 2022, Matthew was asked about what was next for him in the near future. In reply, Goode revealed that he would have more quality time with his loved ones. They might be one of Hollywood's most low-key couples, but they're also clearly one of the happiest too. Their choice to keep their lives out of the spotlight has had nothing but a positive effect on their marriage and family, and they wouldn't have it any other way. 2023 will mark Matthew and Sophie's 9th wedding anniversary and almost 2 decades as a couple. Going by Hollywood standards, their union is nothing short of impressive. While we might not know all the intimate details of their relationship, it's clear from what Matthew and Sophie have shared that their mutual dedication, compromise, and respect for one another is what's made their marriage so strong. We're so glad that Matthew and Sophie found one another, and we wish them nothing but the best for their future together. There's nothing we love more than a happy ending to a sweet love story. Be well and be kind.